Your boy, the man, NJ to the city. I don't even know why I'm singing. I'm a little bit upset, a little bit mad, a little bit angry, hangry. I don't know. Let's get into it. So, what pisses me off so astronomically, this is why God bless ESPN. Because who am I kidding, I'm a fan of ESPN Plus, even though I don't watch all the stuff they got, but I, have it on for, all the other sports that I watch. But actually, not even exclusive to ESPN, really just any other, sports media company that you can name. I'm so sick of these so-called analysts. I want to say stupid analysts, but I want to do it, but to be respectful, so-called analysts who are former players who, in my mind, they stink at giving objective opinions. They stink at, you can tell how many so-called analysts are just biased. They are as biased as can be. The reason why I say that, ladies and gentlemen, because Jalen freaking Hurts, second round pick by the Eagles in this past draft. A lot of people love him. Followed his career. A lot of people love him. Here's how it goes. Jalen Hurts, I've seen it too many times. I've only, again, definitely been following the league over the last decade. The league makes me sick in so many ways. One of the top reason why is because I have watched so many dudes in college, let alone so many dudes in pro, particularly preseason, if not really both, preseason and regular season, jump off my flipping screen and then somehow they don't have a job the next day. Jump off my flipping screen, but yet they go undrafted. Once again, I think the guy's name is Elijah Holyfield, the son of Evander Holyfield. Ladies and gentlemen, go back and look at his highlights at Georgia. I think it was him and Sony Michel, or him and DeAndre Swift, one of those two. They were tearing the SEC up. They were tearing it up, running up and down, I want to say cross legs, jagged, whatever. They were tearing the league up. But just because Elijah Holyfield happened to run the slowest 40 time out of all the running backs, he went undrafted. And I just thought about this last night. Dummies. NFL scouts, dummies. Actually, more so NFL GMs, dummies. Did it ever occur to you that maybe Elijah Holyfield is more of a power back than a speed back? Oh, of course it never occurred to you. Because that's how dumb you are, or whatever I could put there, and so on. This is my analyst opinion, because I'm a better analyst than half of you people out there. If you were the person to ask me, my opinion, you don't have to agree with it. But you can tell some of these so-called analysts working for these media companies, sports media companies, you can tell some of them are as biased as can be, and they're pretty much getting paid to give their biased takes because they are not objective analysts, even at the slightest. They don't make sense with half of what they say, and definitely most of what they say never comes to light. So you can just tell they're pretty much being paid to give biased predictions, and so on. And I put that into equation because, like, God honest, whether you agree with me or not, these are my takes. Jalen Hurts is a bona fide dog, a bona fide stud, a bona fide, I want to say wolf. You name all the creative character traits, that I can place on that young man. That young brother, is the dude, etc. And you mean to tell me, oh, just go ahead and draft another first round. God bless Dwayne Haskins. Look what happened to him. Even though they were, again, two different athletes, two different people, but you get the point. The point there is that first round quarterbacks are selected every year, if I'm not mistaken, every year. And how many of them get a real shake at showing what they can do? Let alone, really get a full shake, real shake at what they can do. I say that to say Jalen Hurts is a proven winner in every facet of the word. How do you, in my opinion, how do you take a guy that's been through everything Jalen Hurts has been through and still make this brother have to work for everything he's got, or coming to him, better yet, or whichever term, whichever phrase makes the best sense for that sentence? How do you do it? How do you take a guy with Jalen Hurts' track record and still make that brother have to work for everything? Give the keys over to him and just let him do his work. Stop bugging him and stop worrying yourself. Look at the brother's track record. I mean, and that's what I mean when I say some of these analysts, again, I guess you could, some of these analysts, I feel like, because it's draft season, I feel like some of these analysts, they're just itching for crap to say. So they'll just say anything out of left field and hope it sticks to right field, or hope that it gets to right field magically. Because it just doesn't make any sense. Tony Romo never won many playoff games, but he was undrafted. And look how long he stuck around in Dallas. And outside of his, weak playoff performances, let alone record, look how good he was in the regular season, consistently enough. Look how good he was. He was undrafted. Look at what Kyle Allen did when he started for the Carolina Panthers. I think they went on a 5-6-7 game. I think definitely 5 game. If not 6-7, definitely 5 game winning streak. 5 game, if not 6-7 game winning streak. Where he had thrown more touchdowns than he had intercepted. I think I want to say, I don't know the particular number, but I definitely know he threw, I think, close to 10 touchdowns, if not over 10 touchdowns, to like 1 or 2 picks within that 10-year. Or I think he had thrown, actually, if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, I think it was like they went on a 5-game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken, and I think his touchdown-interception ratio was 7-0. If I'm not mistaken. It was somewhere like that. Fact check me if you want to. But the point is, it was really good. He was really solid for 5 games, if not 6-7 games. And he was undrafted, by the way. He was undrafted. Look what Taylor Heineke did. Another undrafted guy. Look what he just did with versus the Bucks in the playoffs. They lost, but look what he did. Made a good name for himself once again. So the point there, ladies and gentlemen, and I've said this 100 trillion times, how in God's name are these young kids supposed to ever grow, mature, and develop into being the greatest if you're never putting them on the field to get those real game reps to show you what they got? Let alone putting them on there consistently to where if they throw a couple picks, they're not just yanked immediately. Sometimes you do need to save the guy from themselves, possibly. Other than that, you need to let them learn. As long as they don't go out there and throw, I guess you could say 3 interceptions, 3 straight games, then other than that, you need to let the guy learn from their mistakes. If you don't let these kids learn from their mistakes, they're never going to be great. And that's one of the top things that I can't stand, listening to the NFL, studying their moves. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I'm telling you, there's so many young kids, ladies and gentlemen, so many young kids that are late round picks and undrafted that I'm telling you, just like what Kyle Allen proved when he started for Carolina, pretty much. And pretty much what Gardner Minshew, vice versa, proved, not this past season, but his rookie year in 2019. Exactly what they proved. And what they proved was you can get first-round talent in any round, let alone through undrafted players, Or you can get, day 2 talent, again, anywhere in the draft, let alone undrafted. But you're never going to be able to see what these guys got if you don't put them in the real games, give them real live action game reps, and let them learn, let them grow, let them build, let them flourish, see what they got. You're never going to see their greatness if they're not out there performing. And that's why I say I've said a million times about how much I can't stand the league, because it seems like they want to give these jobs to these overrated vets, if not just a couple overrated vets who have proven that their ceiling is pretty much being a career backup, and they're never going to be great. They're never going to elevate your team, and or they're just past their prime, but guys, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with, amongst other things that I can name. The guys you're just not going to win a Super Bowl with. And if you look up and win one, then congratulations. Because other than that, I don't see you winning too many more. But the point there with guys like Jalen Hurts is the fact being a second-round dog, a second-round gold mine, a second-round, top-tier talent. How in God's name does Jalen Hurts get so overlooked and underrated by the same people who claim to be geniuses and experts and so on and so on? You mean the same idiots that literally, like, what's his name said, Forgot the guy's name. But again said, they pretty much get it wrong every flipping year. You're right. Roman Harper of SEC Network, he was talking to Tebow on that set with National Championship after the game and saying the only reason why the league wouldn't draft a guy like Devontae Smith top 5 is because they overthink everything and they mess it up every year. You're right. They do overthink everything. I overthink a lot too. But in this case, you're right. They overthink everything and they get it wrong every year. And if not overthink it, they just, see what they want to see. And I think it's probably more so they see what they want to see, draft who they want to draft, and they look at everybody else silly when it doesn't work out. Look at the tape. The one thing I'll agree with Mark Schlereth on is when he said, vice versa, look at the tape. Can the guy play or not? Because I can assure you, so many of these dudes can play. They're just never given the opportunity pro-wise to prove it. Never. They're just stockpiled for years, which is literally what I meant when I said, God bless all the student athletes that I'm going to futurely keep on meeting throughout my travels and journeys. I'm going to tell all my student athlete friends, particularly who play football, do not come out into this draft unless you know your draft stock, actually a quarterback, but specifically quarterback, unless you know your stock is as bulletproof as a Joe Burrow's or Trevor Lawrence's or Justin Fields or whoever, do not. Because if you come out of this draft, or maybe if you come out into this year's draft, and God forbid, you're definitely, yes, God forbid, definitely if you're selected day 3, right? God forbid you're selected day 3 or even undrafted. 9 times out of 10, unless someone gets injured, you're probably going to be riding the bench for years. Not because you're learning, no, just because they don't care enough to play you and so on. They can fool you with that, oh, we just want to develop. No, they don't. If they wanted to develop you, they would put you right there behind the starter. They would put you right there, second string. Not third, not practice squad, second string behind the starter. But they never do that. So God forbid if that starter gets injured, you have a front row seat, front row ticket to now be the pilot and show what you can do a little bit. But they never dare do that. They never dare do that. And why? Because they don't really believe in you. They're not trying to develop you. These are my opinions. They don't believe in you. They're not trying to develop you, and they're for the moment they are negatively stockpiling you. And the reasons why I say this, guys, study the backups in the league. Study some of these backups, and you'll see what they've done when they've gotten their shot, particularly the veteran backups. And you'll see what I mean when I say that when they've come in, they've done almost nothing, if not literally completely nothing. They were not able to steer the ship, and they were not able to uplift a team. If anything, they just threw a pick after pick after pick after pick, or did whatever they did. But they were not able to galvanize the troops, uplift the team, and soar sky high from there. I mean, I can make many different videos about it because I promise you I want to talk about this so much more. This is draft season. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I love Jalen Hurts. And I think there's a reason why Godley, the owner, because I definitely think they should have hired a different head coach, but Godley, there's a reason why the owner came out and said what the owner said about prioritizing Jalen Hurts, told the staff to prioritize Jalen Hurts as their starter. Build around him as your starter. There's a reason why. So God bless his soul. That's another great move. So God willing, the coach, forgot his last name, and I think Howie Roseman, right? Right? I think that's the other guy I'm thinking about. That's the GM, VP, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, because Jeffrey Lurie, he's the owner. Okay. Howie Roseman, and I think, because, I can barely pronounce the head coach's name because his last name sounds so familiar with the guy in Houston now, their GM's name. But the point being is, by God's grace, they don't screw it up, screw Jalen up, and they're